Hey, what's up? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. You hyped for Nioh 3? You here for the Nioh 3 chatting? That's pretty much all that's happening today. I'm not playing anything. Hey, what's up? Yeah? Yeah. So today, I'm just gonna give like people like 2-3 minutes to come in. But yeah, it's just gonna be wrapping up information from Tokyo Game Show. So and then just like some little tidbits of information we can get that I think can alleviate some concerns people have. Not every single one, but some. And yeah, just then we can just talk about random things. People have questions if they've been living under a rock and are unaware of some latest Nioh 3 information. We can just talk about it. I won't be able to play any games for some time because my or stream games rather. I can play the games just fine, but I can't stream games for the time being because my laptop just hasn't been cooperating, and it's been crapping out a lot actually, which has been a problem. So I'm troubleshooting it, and we'll just have to see when I mean, I'm trying to work on it as quickly as I can, but I've been having serious issues with my laptop, so I can't like play even Razor's Edge, Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. So yeah, kind of shit out of luck for a little bit, so I probably won't stream tomorrow, but I figured today I've got a chance to at least talk about things related to Nioh 3. Hey, what's up, Cram? Even though you used the most insulting name ever. So the damned, your only concern is when is the next demo? Yeah, we don't have good news. We don't have good news in that area. But I'll start talking about it in like 30 seconds. You check the Steam. They added a deluxe version. It's your first time to buy a Nioh pre-ordered. Is there an early access or deluxe version? No indication of anything to do with that whatsoever. I assume there won't be, but you know, I can't say. I don't really know. It would be nice, don't get me wrong, but I don't think there's any like early access. I think they just have deluxe. I think from what I remember with Nioh 2, some people got review copies so they could play the game earlier, but in terms of people having early access, I don't remember that being a thing for Nioh 2, so I don't think it'll happen for Nioh 3 either. I think otherwise they would have pitched it as early access. Alright, so now I've given some time for people to come in. I'm sure they'll come in more, but the first question that you have is, when is the next demo? And the answer is, unfortunately, I have zero idea. I was hoping we would get some news officially yesterday from the Tokyo Game Show, but we did not at all. And that definitely left me with like a feeling of sadness where I was like, oh man, oh, this sucks. Yeah, I know Ninja Gaiden's coming out in like 3 weeks. But no Nioh, no, not even news of a Nioh 3 demo. Like that hurts. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there is no other demo, which is actually a little surprising. But maybe Team Ninja's that confidence. Maybe they have that much confidence in their final product. I mean, I don't know. I do hope I would like there to be another demo, less for us to play with, and more for us to give feedback to ensure that Nioh 3 will be as amazing as it could possibly be. Now, if it's going to be amazing no matter what, and they don't need our feedback because they can take it, I guess, from here on out, which would be nice. I don't know if they can do that. But assuming they could do that, then I totally selfishly just want a demo to play now. Like, come on. Yeah, like a demo for PC. I want the goodies now. I'm too impatient. Give me my demo. And so a question, will the early buy bonus be removed before the release day? Unfortunately, no. And to give you an idea about that, I'm going to give you some definitive proof right here. The early purchase bonus will be available for those who purchase the game by February 19th, 2026. In other words, you got up to 2 weeks to decide if you want these or not. So if you don't get it within the first 2 weeks of game release, then you don't get it. But if you buy it within the first 2 weeks, you're in good shape. So you don't have, it's not like there are early purchase bonuses, and then I think they've listed pre-order bonuses, right? So early purchase, like just purchase it early. What are the actual pre-order bonuses? Do they even have any? I'm not even sure, to be honest. I don't know if they have pre-order bonuses. I think they just have get this for the digital deluxe. So you just get the digital deluxe and you're okay. Oh, digital pre-order bonus. Oh wait, so hold on. How is this working? Early purchase bonus is this. Digital pre-order bonus is this. So for the digitals, so this is exclusive to the digital pre-order. So for that, you have to get it in advance. But do note, they also say it might become available later for free at a later date. So this is like the only pre-order bonus. That's about it. So the early purchase bonus, you have up to 2 weeks to decide from game release. The pre-order bonus, you'd have to get beforehand. And then this is if you just get the digital edition, the deluxe altogether. So yeah, let's see, physical version. There's like a Steelbook launch edition. I think with this, you have to get the DLC separately. So stuff like that. So hope that answers your question. Hey Shark Zoo. Yeah, 2 DLCs only this time. Yes, yes. I need Nioh 3 to give feedback. Totally not to play and enjoy Nioh 3. Yeah. Any major news for today? I think the biggest news, which is unfortunately a letdown, is we have no idea if there will be a next demo. They didn't mention it at Tokyo Game Show at all. So as far right now, no demo. That's the biggest news. And other things, and you can see I have the footage. I'm not live on YouTube. What are you talking about? I am live on YouTube. Gershan, I'm on YouTube right now. I'm watching my own stream on YouTube. People are chatting with me on YouTube. So what I have, what? I don't watch. Why are these? What? Okay, I just need to pause for a second. I have zero idea what this is. Why is YouTube recommend? I don't understand YouTube search. Like, what is this shit? Anyway, so right, the biggest news is that we have no demo. There's no information about it whatsoever, which sucks. I was hoping that they would announce, hey, there's gonna be a demo in November, like open beta, where they would like get more feedback and stuff before they kind of finalize a lot of things for themselves. But yeah, no demo. So that's the biggest thing. But aside from that, did they change a grapple input? I don't like how it worked in the demo. Yeah, they changed. They're I'm still hopeful there'll be a demo. I'm hopeful there'll be a demo, but we got no news about it. So, like, I don't know when this demo is gonna be. Like, I don't. I have no fucking clue. But I imagine with like Ninja Gaiden 4, like things that they're working on, that it might be later. I remember one member of Discord was saying like, "Oh, it'll come out with the Game Awards in December." So we're huffing all the copium that we can. But yeah, I mean, maybe they will have plans. Maybe they'll let us know some other point in time. But yeah, no information. Is this sad, Poofer Stream? Yeah, very sad. But despite that, I was able to find some useful information that I think will be very, I think it will alleviate a bunch of concerns. So Gershon, it's not that there is no demo or that there is a demo. It's that we have no information about whether or not there will be a demo. We can conclude whatever we want, but we don't have any proof, so can't say shit. We can say, yeah, it could still be in November. Maybe they have a surprise release. I don't know. But as of this time, no information about a demo. No confirmation, no denial. There's just nothing. So we're in kind of uncertain. There's a bit of uncertainty. So let me catch up with some questions. One of the questions being, did they change the grapple input? So the grapple is still triangle, but the way that they worked they made an adjustment so that like it wouldn't be as awkward as it felt in the alpha, which was like if you do a combo string and then you do triangle at the end, then like your character would grapple and like not do the key pulls. So I think they like modified it so that it would be a lot smoother. Okay, another question. I think I saw earlier the date of the 2 DLCs. Can you show them again, please? I don't think they've posted it officially on their website here. I forget where I saw it. I think it was either Steam or maybe it's somewhere here. Let me see if they showcase it. I remember seeing that like the DLC, so there are only 2 DLCs. And for the DLCs, I think I saw somewhere that DLC 1 would come out in September of 26. And then DLC 2 would come out February of 27. That's what I remember reading. It's, again, might be subject to change. I'm going to try to see if I can find it here. Obviously, I would want you guys to be able to see. Yeah, they don't really say anything. Not here. It might have been on Steam. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's this. You just copy pasted it from Steam. That's exactly what I was going to say too. It's not on their official website, but the fact that that information exists is most likely like probably true. Okay, so I have a lot of questions. What about the 5 difficulties? I don't know. That's a good question. Now that there's only going to be 2 DLCs, the truth, like, how are they going to do the difficulties? Are we going to remove, say, something like, are we removing a difficulty? If they are, is it going to be Dream of the Strong or whatever? Because Strong difficulty was like kind of just whatever. It just like existed, but it didn't really like, it wasn't like game altering in any way. It just felt like it just felt like a very standard like new game +1 type shit. So not very impressive. All right, let's see what this clip is. All right, hold on. What is this? What am I looking for in this clip? The co-op? Right, so, all right. Zero key style switch? Like Feral? Wait. I don't see this. It's not very clear what I'm looking for. He's in ninja style right now. He's doing a bunch of attacks. Check player 2. Oh, he did a style. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this one used the style switch glitch when he winded. That's kind of cool. He also gained HP back. I mean, okay. I mean, I guess that's cool, but like, I don't know what I can conclude with that. It's like one of those details that like I could make all sorts of conjecture on, but like I don't know. All right, so let's see. When it comes to them repackaging DLC stuff and difficulties, I don't know how they're gonna do it. Your guess is as good as mine. But it is very peculiar they're only having 2 DLCs rather than the 3. So how's that gonna pan out? Don't know. Have I pre-ordered Nioh 3? No. I like, dude, out of like all people, I like do not need to pre-order Nioh 3 because chances are, being a Nioh content creator, I'll just get a review copy. Okay? I'll just get a review copy. And like, so like they'll just give me the game, like, here, review it. You can probably convince a bunch of people to buy it, which is obviously true. Like, dude, I'm literally like advertising the game after the fact for like fucking free. I can easily generate sales, not that hard. I'm like, it's like, guy who loves Nioh 2 and his whole entire channel is about Nioh 2 and is overall like pretty balanced on social media, is like really dying to play Nioh 3 and makes good content for Nioh 2 already, is one of his most popular videos, has like 1 million views. Maybe this is the guy we give a copy to, and guess what? He'll probably receive it really well, which is true. And he's going to play the shit out of it and probably try to make it look really cool, which is also true. And you'll generally try to encourage a more positive, welcoming community, much more balanced community, which is also true. And it'll probably get us a fuck ton of good sales. So yeah, like a free game at that point is like probably like super worth it. So like, come on, I'm like the Nioh guy. That's pretty much what everyone knows me for on YouTube anyway. So it's like, not, I'm kind of like, I wouldn't be surprised if I got it. So, but all right. Why Odachi isn't on the weapons image? Could just be a little minor oversight, but Odachi is officially in the game. So it could just be like, hey, they had to crunch out a lot of work really quickly for an otherwise very, very like impressive website. Forgot like one detail. I mean, who knows? But Odachi is official. So I wouldn't worry about that. Cooper, imagine a girl that just does her job, not even care about the game, and just stay behind watching. Try the game and you watch it. What? I don't understand. Is this the 3-man Cooper combat video? Not. I did not participate. I'm not a developer, Momiji. Stop. Okay. Stop that. Has Nioh 3 made you less excited about Ninja Gaiden 4? No, it's had no bearing upon my excitement for Ninja Gaiden 4. My enjoyment of Ninja Gaiden is independent. Shit, was my PC going haywire? So, my enjoyment of Ninja Gaiden is independent of Nioh. I can enjoy, I appreciate Ninja Gaiden for its own reasons, and I appreciate Nioh for its own reasons too. I can like both. I am more hyped in the first place for Nioh than I am for Ninja Gaiden, but I am still hyped for Ninja Gaiden. It's not like only one, to me, it's not like, oh hey, like one game and that's it and every other game sucks. It's not like a zero-sum situation. It's very much just, like, dude, I can like multiple games at once. What a hot take, right? Whoa! Streamer can like more than one game even though he only makes content for basically one game? Really? Yes, really. Like, I saw a YouTube comment where it's like, bro, you only do Nioh, do something else. And I'm just like, what I do on stream is not representative of my entire life. Like, I do all sorts of other shit, like, in my life. Dude, you want to know one of the games that I play off stream? Just casually. It's Team Fortress 2. Who's gonna expect that shit? Or like Animal Crossing. Or one game I'm thinking of getting, because I'm curious, is Stray. For the PlayStation 4, or PlayStation 5. Have I tried Sekiro? Yeah, I beat Sekiro. I got the ending where, I think it's Dragon's Homecoming, where I beat Ishin the Sword Saint or something, and yeah. So yeah, like I do other things aside from Nioh. It's just when I'm making content, I'm going to make content for games I enjoy, which is right now in terms of all the games that I play is just Nioh. Okay, buy you Nioh 3 maybe. To be determined. Okay, so question. Guardian Spirit skills, I think, are confirmed to be one skill, transformation attack, and one is just the summon. Don't you think it is a downgrade compared to yokai skills? Currently, yes, I do, because we only have 2 options compared to 3. Which is why I did want like a demo specifically to say, hey, like, make it at the very least equal, where it's 3 Guardian Spirit skill types per Guardian Spirit at the very least, and I'm hoping for more like a selection. Because otherwise, yeah, like, dude, you're gonna have like 70 plus soul cores in Nioh 2, and you can customize so much. But then we lose that sense of customization in Nioh 3. It's like, that feels kind of bad. Like, when I pick a Guardian Spirit, I want it to be like kind of pretty cool. Kind of like fun, like to choose and be like, oh, like with this Guardian Spirit, I could do this, or I could do that, or I could try this, or I have a little modification here, a little modification there. And that's no doubt a tall challenge, but that's what I'd like to have. I certainly do not want this feeling where I'm like, oh, stuff in Nioh 2 felt better than Nioh 3. Like, I really do not want that. So, right now, of course, with the demos that they've released, the information that they've provided, of course, it's not going to match the full scale of things in Nioh 2, but I'm hoping that it not only meets that standard, so to speak, for Nioh 2, but exceeds it. And I feel like there's a lot of potential for that. But truth be told, this is in Team Ninja's court. And ultimately, they're going to... I mean, let me just put it this way. If I'm not genuinely happy with Nioh 3, you guys will know. I will make it very clear. And I'll be like, hey, like, I love Nioh 3, but insert a bunch of problems that I have so I can understand if you're not, like, comfortable buying it, but it's up to you to decide. All right, another question. I'm curious, how many hours do you have on Nioh 2 overall? Probably like 3,000 at this point, which is a bit much. Yes, there will be new weapons. There are new weapons. I think here's the way I like to think about it. So in total, we're getting 14 main weapons. 7 are going to be split in between samurai style, and 7 are going to be split in between ninja style. And they haven't officially revealed all 14 weapons yet, but I think at this point we have a pretty good guess of what all of them are going to be. So for samurai style, officially, there is sword, dual sword, spear, and Odachi on the website. Based on communities like diving deep and things like that, we can guess this is axe, this is most likely switchglaive, and this is probably fists, based on like whatever we have discovered. So axe, switchglaive, and fists. And then for ninja style, dual ninja swords is technically new in my book. And I'm guessing this weapon is going to be ninja sword, which will also be new. We have dual ninja swords, which I consider new for many reasons. Kusarigama and Tonfa, we can argue those are just reworks. Talons are also new, because yes, they do take some stuff from Nioh 2 fists, but there's going to be a lot of modifications given that it's ninja style. Now, these other 2 things I imagine will be hatchets and split staff. So that'll be all 14 weapons. So a simplified way of putting it is that they're taking all the weapons from Nioh 2, putting them into Nioh 3, separating them a little bit, and then adding ninja styles, sword, dual swords, and talons. Voila. Next gen Nioh 4, hopefully. Did I like Razor's Edge? Oh yeah, I had overall a lot of fun with it. The good moments in the game felt the most amazing to me. The moments that were the most frustrating, I think, also existed in Razor's Edge as well. So it was kind of like, it was quite polarizing. When I could get into the combat, oh my gosh, it was so good. But like boss fights, I'm kind of like, I guess we fought a dinosaur. Like, all right, it exists, I guess. Not that entertaining. A final boss is just like not that entertaining. So you know, it's just kind of like whatever. But I haven't been like the biggest fan of Ninja Gaiden bosses so far anyway. But yeah, the actual raw combat loop, oh, so good with shit like Cicada Surge. You can only like one game, get with the times, old man. How come the Nioh guy likes other games? But yes, I have tried Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I have tried Blood. I actually was playing Bloodborne before I got onto the Nioh train. Like Sekiro, I played once and then I was kind of done. Hooper, and what if they didn't give you a review copy? Will you change content to why Nioh 3 is garbage? No. I wouldn't do that. Do you feel that Nioh 4 should have a new engine? I don't know enough about game engines to make a qualified stance upon that. All I really want is Nioh. If there was to be a Nioh 4, I would want there to be I would want it to run better, be optimized better, and look better. Like, that's it. So if a new engine would assist with that, great. But that's not really something I'm qualified to really like I can give an answer, but it's not like really backed by anything that's substantial. Your big cope is that there will be a skill or weapon effect that lets samurai use the weapons that are locked in ninja style. Maybe, who knows? I guess we'll have to find out. Who do you play most in Team Fortress? It depends. I've been playing a lot of like 24 players versus 40 AI engineers. So recently I've been playing more engineer because it's chill, and I've just been like swapping between different roles. But I will say the class I enjoy playing the most is Pyro, because lighting people on fire is very satisfying. It's good. Especially with weapons like the Flogininator or whatever it's called for the, you know, humans versus AI type things. Or 40 computers. So just like crit for lighting everyone on fire and just hearing the screams of the damned over and over again when I'm spawn camping is kind of hilarious, and it's there's that. But other than that, I've played all the classes. In that mode, I don't really play Scout, but I do enjoy playing Spy with like the Eternal Reward. It's kind of fun against the computer AI, and it's just a little different. Did I play Kazan? No, I did not. So, all right. What are your thoughts on Wolong and Rise of the Ronin? I liked Wolong and Rise of the Ronin, but I haven't played Wolong in a while because some things got irritating for me. Rise of the Ronin was also a lot of fun, but I wish there was more for me to do besides just the base game. I wish there was DLC. There was a lot of fun. Will you play I Am Bread 3? Perhaps. Perhaps. Harakiri spawn? No. No Harakiri. Okay. Why do you think most people would gravitate to a game like Sekiro? Good story and easy to learn mechanics, or because it's made by a well-respected developer like FromSoft? I think at that point FromSoft has developed a strong reputation, so a lot of its fans will play a game by them. And the mechanics, I think, are familiar enough for them and fresh so that they can feel a nice challenge. Okay. Wow, I actually caught up. All right, so continuing. So, of course, the big thing, the disappointing news is that we have zero information on a demo. So, could there be a demo in the future? Yes, but might there also not be a demo for us to give feedback on? Absolutely, that could be the case. We do not know. I'm still hopeful they'll release one, but we didn't get any information from Tokyo Game Show. Now, if that's what all this stream was about, I would have just honestly just like cut it. I like wouldn't stream today. But I did find some other information that like I've said, that I think can at least relax some concerns people may have. And rather just hearing about it, I got some photos to kind of showcase things. The photos that I have are from Japanese players. So two very big ones that I've followed from time to time. White Goat. He's pretty big. He streams pretty much all the time. I think he's been streaming Elden Ring for the time being. But yeah, he's a great Nioh player. And then there's Black Boss, who I think now has changed his name to Boss. both of them were at Tokyo Game Show. Both of them did like no armor runs with like no recovery items, and like apparently the staff was just like, these players are crazy because they could beat the entirety of it they could beat the demos without needing anything, which is like, yeah, not a surprise. They do that stuff very well. So while they were there, they took some photos of things that I think will be of interest to all of us here who are really big on things like controller input mapping, skills, just kind of getting like a preview of what's to come. So we've got a couple of images. They're in Japanese, and I've kind of already taken the time to like understand them and translate them. So we can just talk about that. And by all means, if you have questions, feel free to ask. So first thing I have is, what's this for? So this is from White Goat directly on his Twitter. So with the sword, you can kind of see some inputs. And one thing, actually, before I get into that, before I talk about sword specific inputs, if you're comfortable with the Nioh 2 controls, Team Ninja has already created a type E type of control, which basically will make you feel like you're using Nioh 2 controls in Nioh 3. So yeah, here's some definitive proof right here. And so L1 can be used to block as we're used to, and can be used to sequence the martial arts. R2, you can use it for style shift and the guardian spirit skills. So if you are comfortable with things in Nioh 2, you can easily port that into Nioh 3 without any trouble. But not only that, the text up here basically will allow you to customize your controls a little further if you would like as well. So hopefully that can like put at ease those concerns of like, oh shit, directional inputs are super stressful. Like, well, you don't have to do it. Here you go. Just play it like you played in Nioh 2. Easy transition. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You're all good to go. I will probably try this at first. I don't know if I'll do directional inputs myself, especially when I can just go with something I'm comfortable with. But who knows? That's cool. We're all no worries on being uninformed. We're all good here. Reverse impact is hold triangle now. Oh, is that what you're able to translate from sword skill stuff? Or can you read the, I mean, maybe you can just read this. Yeah, if you guys like, I've only been using Google Translate, so I don't know the full scope of the skills. I don't know Japanese, so if you guys have an understanding of what each of these skills does or what it is, feel free to just like mention it. So right, if we take a look, Ryuzen equals flowing shadow. That's all I know. Yeah. The game is designed around directional inputs, and I think it will work better with the new mechanics. You're Taiwanese, but you can read Japanese. That's amazing. You'd think I would have learned Japanese by now for this, but nope. I have not. So, okay, reverse impact is hold triangle. Cool. So that brings me to the first point when it comes to sword and many of the other weapons that White Goat and Black Boss had worked with, is that a lot of the skills have been reassigned for different purposes. So as Chicken Burrito is saying, we have sword key, true and through, and reverse impact on the hold triangle button. So yeah, things have been shifted around, which can be quite helpful. So this then frees up other slots as well, because if you take a look here, there's quite a few. So for example, and this is, you can see the skill list here is based on a lot of like familiar inputs from Nioh 2. This is hold triangle, right? This is a triangle combo ender. This is a square ender, so I think like Shadow Sword was here. We've got the sheath attacks, of course. You've got your guard square, guard triangle things. So like pretty standard for high stance. For mid stance, got hold triangle, got the usual triangle and square enders. You got their sheath attacks. There's a timely guard thing, so based on deflect. And then there's this, which I believe is a new input. So I think this is after a quick attack, right? Yeah. Basically, I think this is like after a quick attack, you do guard square, and then you get a different attack. So this, I think anyway, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this seems like a very new input to us, which is cool. Now, that input, I think, is taking the place of things like, I don't know which stances. I think this is mid stance. But these inputs are taking place of the... Right, so as Chicken Burrito is saying, Heaven flashes out 1+ square. This is taking the place... This new skill... Oh my gosh, I'm tongue-tied. They've changed one of the general categories of inputs together. So with moves like Flying Monkey, for example, it's not like, oh, you have to dodge forward in order for this ability to sequence. Now it's a much more deliberate action with like, oh, you want to do Flying Monkey? Okay, after some attacks, make sure you do the guard input thing. So there's no dodge input required. So yeah, they modified that input, and I think that's helpful because separating the dodge from these things can be pretty nice. So pretty cool. But by and large, yeah, so they modified a couple of inputs, which is nice. Yeah, the empty ones are perfect parry, right? This one, and this is L1 square after light attack. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So we got some new slots, which is nice. And then I think that was it for that. Let's see, which one's spear? Oh yeah, 2 spear ones. Okay, let's see what I need to catch up with. So give me a moment. Can't wait to see Nioh 3's Japanese history. That's what made you fall in love with it. Nice. Yeah, we get to see Minamoto no Yoritomo and Minamoto no Yoshitsune in the game. Yeah, and I imagine they'll fight each other. Since this game is basically an isekai, I'm curious for the DLC. Maybe we'll get a scenario set in the future, who knows? Yeah, it's possible. What if they let you do directional and classic Nioh 2 controls at the same time, so you have even more skills available? That'd be nice, and I imagine on PC, modders will make that happen with the skill expansion mod. Turn this game into DMC for fucking sure. Spirit skills don't replace soul cores. Most of the moves we saw are just long, boring animations that interrupt your combo or force you to start over. Wait, what? What are you talking about? The Guardian Spirit skills absolutely take the place of it. That's what they're trying to do, no? What am I missing? Do they fuse Ninja Gaiden and Nioh together? Maybe. We have yet to fully see. Any information about the new weapons? Chicken Burrito, I don't really need you to translate this. It's pretty clear to me. I'm not necessarily looking for the translation. I think when I spent my time through it, I was like, oh, there's some cool, useful information, but by and large, like, it wasn't anything groundbreaking or anything I was too confused by. Like, I know, for example, I'm pretty sure, for example, this is like, backslash or some shit, or spear shove, and then once backslash or something. Is there a Gaki free mode? I hope so. Yeah, we still have soul cores in Nioh 3. They function like jutsu, so just like you can summon them to attack alongside you. Guardian Spirit skills have yet to be fully fleshed out, so we will see. but I'm hopeful it'll be better. Any info about new weapons? There's 14 weapons, 7 per style. And basically the simplest way I can put it is take the 11 weapons from Nioh 2, divide them up into samurai and ninja style, and then add in ninja sword, dual ninja swords, and talons. So you got 14. Have I noticed any dodge key pulls for samurai on any recent gameplay clip? I saw one happen, but I wasn't certain it was actually a dodge on key pulse, so I can't say. Are talons not just claws? They are, but fists are going to be for samurai, so fists and claws, 2 weapons. What is it with the Gaki memes? It's just a meme. That's all it is. It's just a channel joke. Okay, so for this, so for spear, let's see, which one do I want to go with? Yeah, square after heavy got a new skill. Yeah, we got new skills and shit. So it's going to be pretty fun. And there's square enders even in high stance for spear. That was actually like the biggest thing. I think, is it this one or here? Yeah, so here if we take a look at spear, I'll have it in the proper order. All right, so here's a full image for spear. This is high stance, but we've got quite a lot to work with now. So you got hold triangle, triangle enders, square enders for high stance. I did officially see that like high stance strong for spear led into tornado. And I was like, damn, that's kind of cool. It's like kind of cool. They're like messing around with stuff like that. Like, it's pretty neat. That can be, I imagine they're changing quite a few of these things to make room for players being able to change skills and arts proficiency. And I'm like, yeah, that I like that. So yeah, we've got that. They've also changed the input. So if you take a look where my magnifying glass is here, they've changed the input for moves like Wild Spear and Fatal Thrust to be very similar to Hatchet's Advancing Storm. Basically, what this is saying here, and correct me if I'm wrong, is you use this while running. You press square while you're running. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's a lot better than hold and dodge and have that weird like little delay between like your character's trying to dodge, but then it's starting into the ability, and it's just like weird, and I always just like get hit and shit, and it's really irritating. So now it's like, oh, a little more deliberate. When you trigger the arts proficiency and you use light attacks, will it end immediately? I think you have like 2 seconds before you can I think you have like 2 seconds before it ends, so you have to like input something really quick. You can still do light attacks, but you gotta like be pretty fast. So yeah, let me make sure I got everything. Okay. Right, so just to verify, yeah, so Tornado is light after heavy now. I have seen it actually done in the game against an Itsumade. And I was like, oh, cool, I didn't know that. That's pretty unique. Pretty neat. But yeah, just to verify the whole control thing, if you're a fan of Nioh 2 controls, you have them all here. Boom. It works. The Guardian Spirit skills, the style shift, they're all mapped to R2. You want your block guard inputs. Here you go. So that should be pretty nice for a lot of you. But yeah, they've changed the dodge block inputs a lot. So that's like removed altogether. And yeah, pretty nice. So I'm pretty happy about that when it comes to spear and other moves. And this applies to dual swords, which we'll get to soon. So yeah, that's high stance stuff. And then you can see with mid stance as well, you've got some modification there. It's looking like for mid stance, they might put like flying monkey for mid stance. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I got square enders as well for mid stance, which is always nice. I remember for spear, I saw that high stance, strong a triangle combo ender was water wheel. So they've like remapped certain things. Dodge a circle now. I need to get some time to get used to it. I changed my dodge back to ledge, or as usual. So like that was pretty handy. But yeah, mid stance spear, hold triangle, triangle ender, square ender. I don't remember what this is. Yeah, remember you can customize your controls. So if I changed it, you can change yours too. Yeah, it is hard to believe we can jump now. I agree. Which move was tornado again? It's where you stomp your spear on the ground and then it's like you twirl your spear to like hit a target. It's usually used in mid stance or low stance. So yeah, you can see we got some nice inputs for mid stance. Quite a lot of variety to be had. I don't remember if there's any. Let me see what else I had. Jot it down. Um, but yeah, that's like pretty much all I found for spear. Okay, next we got some Odachi and good old Odachi business here. So yeah, chicken burrito, feel free to translate this. But yeah, the sunset breeze, waking moons, or waking wind stuff is still here. Yeah, there's hold square while running. That's the new input. That's taking the place of the dodge block inputs. But yeah, kind of cool. Got a lot of things here. Forget what I had jotted down for Odachi though. But yeah, it looks like for Odachi, we're going to get some sort of move that uses the same inputs as Tampa's Fleetfoot, apparently. Again, correct me if I'm wrong here. But I was like, what the hell is that going to be? I don't know. Also, where's my L1 square? What the fuck? Gimme! Gimme! What's the additional triangle stuff in high stance between the sheath and guard buttons? So I think one of them is like when you get knocked down. I think the other one was, I think it was like after you dodge. I don't know what it's going to be, all things considered. I think the stuff here was like, okay, let's see. Let's see if, how well can I translate. I think one of these is Moonlit Snow. The other one is like Moonlit Snow charge. Yeah, I've run these through Google Translate. I've already run these through Google Translate, but it didn't give as much information as I was hoping. Swirling Snow, Moonlit Snow. Oh, is that the case? Yeah, I've seen Swirling Snow, Moonlit Snow. I don't remember for high stance. Probably a Groundquake. Right, Moonlit Snow Redux, also known as Charge. Well, Moonlit Snow Charge is the bottom one, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. So like I looked up some of this stuff. I was like, cool, like I mean, but we get a lot with Odachi, which is I think is a big thing. The third one, I don't know the English name, but it's high stance only skill that needs to endure an attack to boost it. Oh, that's probably Thunderbolt. Yeah, I think that's Thunderbolt. Fourth one is Nioh. Okay, cool. That might be Soaring Foul. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. There's also moves that like can take you into the air. I mean, there's a lot to we're gonna have to wait for more information. Obviously, things in English will make it a lot easier. But yeah, like you can see that the bigger thing here to me is that there are some new input classes altogether. So like having apparently there's like a after you dodge, like press triangle. And I'm like, bro, what? Like Tonfa having a dodge attack, like Fleetfoot? Kind of. I'm like, what? You're pretty sure the first one is empty? Yeah, it's good job. Good job. So it's a lot. But yeah. And then which one is this? This is for dual samurai swords. And you can see the directional inputs are being applied here. So yeah, kind of cool. We've got the guard abilities here. We got guard abilities here, got sign of the cross here. Yeah, like water sword is a thing for samurai style. Sign of the cross. But you can see that there's more inputs. Dual samurai swords needs more more input slot. So I'm happy about that. I believe this is Windstorm. I think this might be Random Slice. I don't remember. So it's either directional input or guard inputs. Which one am I going for? I'm going to have to experiment to see which one I like. Obviously, I have a lot of familiarity with Nioh 2, so I would default to that. I think what I will probably do the first time around is just get comfortable with controls. Like, I don't want to try to learn everything all at once. So I'll probably stick with the Nioh 2 controls and try to learn other things. And then if I want to switch to directional inputs, I'll do so when I'm more comfortable. By the kanji, I guess the new Odachi skill is a rock throwing attack Namahage uses. Sounds like Groundquake. So yeah, this is just for high stance. Another image showcasing things for dual swords as well. There's look at these inputs. This is a lot of fucking inputs, dude. There's a lot. You got a hold triangle, you got a triangle combo ender, you've got sign of the cross, of course. Yeah, it's pretty impactful, all things considered. I think this one is like deflecting cut related to Godwin. I don't remember. I think it's like after deflecting cut. But yeah, you've got some interesting slots and shit like that. Yes, you can have 4 melee weapons on your person. 2 in each style. That is 100% confirmed, and it's great. You know Groundquake, it's not that skill? Oh, okay. Alright, well if it's brand new, it's brand new. Sweet. So yeah, we got a bunch of slots with dual swords here. All that is to say, I don't care. I'd want it anyway. Yeah, I know. We want all the things. Not everyone can be as good as Jack. We have to live with that fact. Yeah, that is true. I might not even touch secondary weapons for each style in the beginning. I like that they included it in. But juggling both weapon switches and style switches seems like a lot to get usage out of. Yes, yes, it certainly does. Forward triangle is new skill. Okay. Cool. Yeah, quite a lot of information here. Last one is square after parry. Yeah, so that is, I think that's the sequence to God of Wind, right? Because they have like Samurai Dual Swords has deflect and cut. So you deflect and then you can like attack right after and then chain it into God of Wind, which I thought was pretty neat. But yeah, it looks. It's. I think the big thing is it's getting more. There are a lot more options if you want to play with more options, which I like. I will happily enjoy that. This is for anyone's. If anyone's curious, this is just like your stat sheet for Nioh 3. They only have 4 weapons per style in this point in time, 3 range weapons, 7 main stats, right? Like it's just pretty standard shit. Just in case someone wanted to see this. And then I forget the last thing, just to verify, like, here's the split staff thing with improper text, but yeah, this will be for Ninja. Okay. Pretty sure. Double the inventory management, can't wait. Right. Yes, this was from Out of Bounds that I found. So Crimson Lotus is for Tonfa, but it still had like the split staff icon. So yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of weird janky stuff out of bounds. So like for example, Witty, Tonfa in Ninja Style had text for key pulse and 3 like it was a lot of just placeholder stuff put in. It was like key pulse, and it's like, but Tonfa and Ninja Style can't key pulse, so I guess this is out of date. Yeah, so one thing I figured I'd show here, you can see the samurai stuff once again for dual swords, and then I think I've put it on 0.25 speed. So you can kind of, one thing I wanted to showcase was the God of Wind with the wind transformation on it. In the meantime, if you can hear him, he just sounds so drunk. Got a lot of inputs. Bros on the good stuff. Yeah. So you got God of Wind and then God of Wind Wind. Right? So I forget what this will do, if it'll slow you down. I'm not sure. Did I show the ninjutsu list yet? Not today. So yeah, check it out in slow motion. God of Wind. Ooh. Sending out a wind tornado. Oof. I thought that was pretty cool. You literally kick with wind. So in real time, Kind of neat. Slow down the sounds like when my emulator crashes. Okay. But yeah, like most of the footage, this is what we were expecting with Nioh 2, so it's nice to have it in Nioh 3. Yeah, it's much cooler to see this transformed arts rather than the Arcanas. Like the Arcanas were, I mean, like they're all right, but like the transformed arts look pretty cool. You saw that you make pretty vivid after images when using certain Tonfa skills. I think the player was using Mist, and that's what created that. I'm wondering if Mist and Demon Dance will work together. Which, if that's the case, that's so cool. But I guess we'll find out. Some people say this is a downgrade from Nioh 2 because in Nioh 2 you can customize any skill to anything you want. Bro, here's one big fucking problem with that entire argument. This is a fucking demo! It's incomplete! Yes, it's a downgrade. It's a demo, bro! It's a demo. It's not the final product. Like, okay, sure, you can customize any skill to anything you want. We haven't seen the full scope of it yet. We don't know. And realistically speaking, how many people would be like, okay, I think, okay, so just gonna wait and see. And even if you can't customize everything, are you gonna, okay, so you're telling me some players gonna be like, you know what? I'm so upset at Nioh 3 because for my sword skill kick, I can't put Arcana of Fire on it. It's like, most of the time people are gonna be like, I'll just put more key damage on it. It's like, wait, that's your contention for why Nioh 3 is it's a downgrade? I'm like, okay, technically. No, it's not about the elements. Then what? The Arcanas were what? There's like a bunch of different buffs. There's like a bunch of different buffs. Arcana of Fire, Lightning. You had the Poison. You had the Paralysis. Like the other good skills, like the extra damage. Okay, you get the extra damage. You have like the Key Pulse one. Dude, they've barely revealed shit. This is incomplete. This is a demo. We don't know what to expect. We like, just wait. Like, I personally find the idea. No, you go ahead. You complain. I'm gonna complain about about the complaining. Okay, you're gonna complain. You come to this stream to complain. Prepare to fucking deal with it right back. Okay. You can go ahead and complain, but if you get to complain, I get to complain. Is that fair? Is that fair, Abod? Or are you the only person allowed to complain? Unfortunately, no new demo information. In terms, there'll be 14 weapons. I think like it's pretty obvious to me anyway what they will be. So for ninja style, ninja sword, dual ninja swords, kusarigama, tonfa, hatchets, split staff, and talons. For samurai style, sword, dual sword, spear, axe, odachi, switchblade, fists. That's what I think it'll be. Cooper, what do you think about the grass quality between Nioh 2 and Nioh 3? Bro, it's an automatic buy Nioh 3 for that reason. Just the grass quality is something I appreciate more. Based on Nioh 2 demo release dates, when do you think the beta will be? I thought they would have told us that by the end of Tokyo Game Show. So, and I thought it would have been in November. People were saying Nioh 2 would be Nioh 1.5, yeah. And I've also heard Nioh 3 is just Nioh 1.7. So I'm just like, bro, like, okay, like, you want to complain, fine, but some of these arguments just suck. Like, straight up. They're just like, okay, bro. Let me just show you once again how Nioh 2 is totally fucking different from Nioh 1. And then how Nioh 3 is totally different from Nioh 2 and so much more fun. Like, whatever. Like, it's just sometimes just like some arguments are just like based on like it's just stupid shit. I'm like, this doesn't even like work. It's just whatever. I'm like, I'm not gonna engage. Okay. So Abot, here's one thing I'm hoping for when it comes to these transformed arts. I am hoping that we get a lot more than just wind. I hope there are a lot more impactful things. From what I have seen in Out of Bounds footage, there were some pretty cool arcanas. There was stuff, I mean, even in the demo, they had like literally double attack speed for a mid-air Reaper. I'm like, what? There's like Pollard, right? Pollard was the mid-air Reaper, and then they gave it combo, and it's just like increased the fuck out of the attack speed. And I was like, yo, this shit belongs to Ninja Gaiden. I can just hover in the air and just slice like 500 times in 2 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that shit. You kidding me? That's awesome. And then what I found out of Bounds is that like Rampage gets like, I think it got like the transform art for Seeking. And I think it was just basically like, I forget, but I think it was like you have better tracking with it or something, or some shit like that. Or you could like, even if you go behind a target, you'll like get them anyway. Like, I don't know. They had many different modifications. It's not elemental arts, it's transformed arts. We have yet to see the full scope of transformations. Even in the alpha, they had Moonlit Snow and Moonlit Snow Charge, which was like really fucking cool. Right, Epsition combo looked kind of cool in the IGN footage. Right, you get to do it twice in a row. That was pretty neat. So they have a lot of these things that we just don't know yet. A little piece of info there. That's a little piece of info here. Like, there's a lot of cool shit. So I would just encourage you to wait and see. But like, obviously if this is all that we had, if the demo was an accurate representation of the final product, dude, I'd be like, why the fuck are we gonna buy this shit? Things are too early to judge. My big concern is that Ninja can't keep pulse. Right, that's a valid concern. It's gonna change the gameplay flow for it entirely. And I don't know how it'll work. That's why I want to have a demo more than anything else, because I want to play Tonfa. I want to be like, yo, is there a way if I get good with the mechanics, I can have Tonfa feel super fucking badass? I'm like, please be the case. I hope that Demon Dance and Mist coincide so well so that if I do Mist, it counts as a dodge or some shit, and I get key back. I'll be like, okay, great. This will be fun. Right? Right, Ninja Style is going to play differently, but I think the bigger point is when it plays differently, will it feel like an upgrade of things over Nioh 2? Yes or no? That's obviously going to be like a thing people will individually have to decide. Personally speaking, I'm already hooked on Ninja Style. I think it's fucking great. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, we don't know the full scope of things. Is a corrupted element back? Doesn't seem to be the case. They seem to have 4 elements this time rather than 5, which is interesting. Wonder why they went down. 7 weapons per style in the base game. So in the DLCs it says 14 weapon types, which I'm assuming means the DLCs will give 7 per style again in total. That would be great, but I don't think that will happen. I don't. Just Nioh 3 has 28 different weapons. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be crazy. Okay, let me see if I've caught up with everything so far. The weapons have been soft confirmed with the digital deluxe. Yes, they have. What else? What else do we have? I'm not sure. Yeah, one of the ninja skills you can get is for mist, so that mist can dispel yokai realms, but that's it. So you can purify, but you can't do a key pulse, which is intentional. With ninja, you're meant to play evasively and like get behind enemies, and a lot of hit and run type stuff. So the key pulse thing doesn't really fit based on samurai style doing that. Samurai style doesn't have the most motion, but it packs a lot of power in close proximity. They reduced the amount of elements because you guys exploited confusion too much. Yeah. They're probably trying to streamline it so that players have to engage with the game a bit more rather than like do things that can trivialize the enemies altogether. In other words, they want you guys to feel more stress. So they're taking out the things that make things less stressful for players and adding more stress. Oh, you like to confusion loop? We're going to make confusion looping harder. Oh, human enemy bosses or human bosses, you like to zero key combo them? Well, tough luck now. You're going to actually have to fight them. Team Ninja also have this dual element weapon. Yeah. Yeah, corruption and impurity were pretty similar, like in many respects. You found something crazy? Check Discord. All right, let me check it. What do we got? Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's. This is good. This is big. This is huge. This is actually really big. So, Abod was able to find this. Zanshin is Japanese for key pulse. So, I think it's confirmed here. Key pulse can now be achieved basically while dodging. You can key pulse while you dodge. Apparently. Abod, what's the source? Where'd you find this? Yeah, Zanshin is key pulse. That's the name. You post the source? Okay, awesome. Let me take a look. Oh, brilliant. Someone was excellent. Yeah, very nice. Okay, cool. That's official then. You can keep pulse while dodging. Yeah, keep pulse on dodge was already a thing in Nioh 2, but a concern was that Samurai Style would lose it in Nioh 3. And now, with what I am showcasing, that's not a concern. So let me get the original source. Here you go. Right. It's a skill you can have. But even so, like, Yeah, that pretty much clears your worst fear of no key pulse on dodge. You abuse it so much on spear, I can't live without it. Yeah, it's a shrine skill. So yeah, you can equip it. There's a bunch of things for samurai here. That's pretty nice. Yep, one of those equipable skills. So again, there's a lot of things we have yet to see for what we can equip, what we can change. I imagine for many people who don't give a fuck about key pulse on dodges, they will never equip this. Instead, they might be like, oh, more damage, I take more damage. Or I do more damage. I wonder how much capacity, there's so many good skills. I think I've seen it go up to like 21, maybe it'll go up to like 30, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It is something I'm very curious about. You want numbers? I like big numbers. Yeah, there you go. You can get your big numbers. Is key pulse when dodging confirmed yet? Right here. Key pulse Zanshin is key pulse can be now achieved even during evasive actions. Ta-da! Yeah, you're all good. So samurai style basically will play like... So samurai style is now officially a direct upgrade over things in Nioh 2. Yep, just like the usual one we had. So just take whatever you're used to from Nioh 2, and it's... The samurai style like play is a direct upgrade now. And you can customize it as you like. The one quip people can have is that, oh no, less weapons, which sure. But hey, here we go. We got arts proficiency, deflect, and all that shit. But yeah, pretty cool. What you were afraid of was samurai style feeling foreign to me in Nioh 3? Well, now it's less foreign. I was personally willing to adapt without it, but like, this should be fun. Now it'll be an interesting choice to dodge away via key pulse or do Frost Moon, which does have the dodge backwards. Different pros and cons to it. Do I want the free attack while I'm retreating? Or do I just want to dodge away? Is there any customization for arts proficiency? If there is, I don't know, to be honest. I've seen one of the common skills you can equip is like faster casting on Onmyo magic. And it was just like 3. I was like, that's it? Just 3 points for this shit? That's pretty wild. It's not a mystic art anymore. Cool. So pretty neat. Pretty cool. All right, let me see if I can check out this guy's Twitter. Do you have anything else? We got a Scampus. Is that it? The only photo? Okay, you ain't got shit. This is just sword high stance. Okay, cool. Okay. Still no talking clue about Spirit Guardian form skills. Yeah, I mean, we've seen some of the Guardian Spirit skills. They're all like kind of unique animations in some ways, kind of just like a Guardian Spirit talismans. A lot of the other guardian spirit skills are like a little unique. I've seen like a punch, seen like a stomp like Ippon. I've seen like a ranged projectile. So you have like a ranged guardian spirit skill to perform a burst break for you, which I think is pretty neat. There's a lot of options. But yeah, that's pretty much all the information I got, to be honest. I don't have anything else. Just nerding out over stuff. So yeah, I think that's like it. Unless you guys have anything else you're curious about, you want to talk about. I'm gonna double check in the meantime to make sure I got everything I want covered. Some Nioh 2 gameplay time. I unfortunately can't because my PC has really been fucking up with streams. So I just like I can't play games and stream at the same time, and I'm currently troubleshooting it. So until I can get my stuff fixed, I can't stream games anyway. I can just talk about stuff, but like yeah, this is the unfortunate situation. Full-time React streamer, let's go. Yeah, I guess so. I am now I'm not a Nioh, I'm a Nioh React streamer. I don't know. Yeah, I updated my BIOS, did a clean install of my graphics drivers, but OBS is still having issues, so it might be an OBS thing, which is really shitty, but I gotta figure this out. Because I'm having errors that I'd never had before, which like encoding's overloaded, but I'm like, dude, my graphics card should not have that fucking issue at all. Yeah, I recently updated OBS as well, so yeah. So yeah, I'm just in the process of trying to figure it out. But yeah, I think beyond that, I can show the ninjutsu that we found, but like I did that yesterday, so I don't really feel like repeating it. Hey Jace, you caught me towards the tail end of the stream today. I'm gonna be dipping out pretty soon. Have I tried washing my GPU? I'll have to consider doing that with soap. I think that's a great idea, Basara. Okay, I guess I can show this too. Here's a list of ninjutsu. So that was in the Tokyo Game Show demo, in case you haven't seen it. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing overall pretty good. Can you inspect the element to read through the front-facing source code for Nioh 3? I suppose I could try. Yeah, just like the ninjutsu, most of the stuff is stuff we're already familiar with from the alpha. The new things are like the poison breath at the bottom. You can turn into a scampus and roll around, so that's fun. You got caltrops, you got fire breath, you got bombs. I think you can lay like fire traps as well. And then you got the 4 elemental feathers, some shuriken. There's a couple of things that are missing from the alpha. I think like one of them that comes to mind is the windmill shuriken. Yeah, here's a ninjutsu list. But we can turn into a cat. We can turn into a scampus. Alright, fine. Let's try this. Inspect element. Hey. No, show me. This is not being nice, guys. I can't hack it. I'm sorry. What's the one over the scampus? This is cicada shell. But yeah, cicada shell is really fun. All right, you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about? Now we're really in deep, months worth of potential content here. Yeah, this is when you know we've officially no-lifed it because we're just yeah, we're desperate. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Some cool information. Yes, please provide us with a new demo available for PC as well. Poofer, I know you can do it. I'll try. I'll try my best, okay? I will try my best. I will try my best. Okay, just... The amount of content is not enough for hunger. Yeah, no. All right, well, I guess, do you guys have any last minute questions that are actually good questions, not shitty questions? Looking at a few of you in chat, you know who you are. So otherwise, I'll probably just dip out and see if I can get my PC fixed ASAP. Can you ask again? No, you can't ask again. I know let them cook, but we're starving over here. Yeah. When is the release date? Okay, see, that's actually a reasonable question, even if I've answered it so many times. The release date is February 6th, 2026. Does that please you? I know let them cook, but we starving over here. Yeah, they've been cooking Nioh 3 for way too long now. We're dead. We're dying over here of starvation. Like, just feed us. Feed us. Poofer, do you think we will get a Hayabusa Styles collaboration with Ninja Gaiden 4? I'm sure there'll be some sort of Ninja Gaiden thing. Which scares me because are we gonna time travel and meet Hayabusa? Go to Sky City, Tokyo in like the future DLC and like here's my silly prediction for DLC. DLC 1 is we're gonna go into the future, okay? And we're gonna meet Ryu Hayabusa and Yakumo. It'll be a double boss fight. And then DLC 2 is get this. We're gonna go into it's no longer time travel. We're going to different dimensions. And what dimension do we go into? We go into this. Well, we meet Jack Garland. And we fight Jack Garland in DLC 2. And he's and he does style switch and shit. Now we're talking. Yeah. There you go. Nioh 4 is going to be dimensional gameplay. Crash Racing Dimension, maybe. Yeah, DLC 2, time for a change. That would be fun. I see why Team Ninja fired Poofer. They never hired me in the first place. Are those cubes? Yeah, pretty much. Very important question. Does lantern fruits taste good? I don't know. I've never tasted a lantern fruit. By the way, what was the name of the yokai coming out of the chests? Mujina. They taste sour. Okay, good to know. All right, well, I guess then if nobody has any pertinent questions, I think I'll just stop it here. Dual sword supremacy proof, embrace it. Look, in Nioh 3, we can use 4 different dual swords. Dual samurai swords and dual ninja swords. Okay, Pooper, when is the lantern fruit deep dive video? I never said I was gonna make one. When is the release date? Momiji, you've already asked this. Right, you guys are just keeping me here. No, my time is valuable, okay? Have some respect for the streamer. It's not that much to ask for. Right? I mean, come on. Just look, this is a very healthy, productive, kind channel where we're nice to each other, ask good questions, get good answers. We just have a fun, relaxing time. There's absolutely no bullshitting or shit posting or anything like that here. Okay, I respect you. I will close the stream now. Exactly. Think if Mujina using his soul core just summons a copy of us fighting for some seconds? I don't know, man. I have no clue. See, Basara understands how to respect me. He closes the stream himself. Hey, you can end the stream at any time. You're right, and I will. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Unfortunately, we didn't get news about the demo, but hopefully we will, and hopefully we get a demo to play around with sometime in the future. But yeah, all right, I'll see you guys. I don't know when because I have to fix my computer before I can stream. But yeah, if there's any Nioh news, or maybe if I can stream via my PS5 at some point, then I'll try that. But for now, like, streams are out until I can fix this shit. So, yep, I'll see you guys later. Take care and bye.